Okay, let's see who we have coming in today for our daily live training. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone's had a good week so far as we've reached the end and we're getting ready for the weekend. So, hope videos are being recorded, things are being sent out, pages are being created. That would be awesome. All right, so welcome in to the returners. If you're returning, you can put a two in the chat. Some of the names I recognize, obviously, but if you want to put a two in the chat if you're returning. And if you are new to the platform, please put a one into the chat. That would be great, just so we have an idea. If you are new, maybe you're on the free trial, maybe you just got on a paid plan, maybe you're just kind of working your way around things early on. If you want to put a one in there, that's always helpful. And you can put a two if you're returning. But again, most of the people, I recognize your names in there. Um, if you are recording videos and sending them out and you want our feedback, this is something that I don't know, I think it's a lot of fun to do. I just put the email in the chat, feedback at Dubb. So if you're making these videos and you do want some feedback from us, feel free to drop that, use that email, feedback at Dubb, and send us something. Because sometimes when you're doing styles of videos, maybe you're doing screen recording videos for a while and you want to try a picture in picture with the mobile app, or you want to do a quick webcam one, or you just want to try a different style or strategy, feel free to send us over, pretend we're the prospect or the client, and then we can kind of give you some feedback, which would be pretty great. Because I think a lot of the times, when you're doing Dove videos and you have your prospects and you have your plan and you have your strategy, it's always good to have that specific use case. It's one of the most important things you can do. And then you just apply the technology to the use case. But sometimes it's good to experiment. A lot of the times for Dub here, when we're doing ads or we're doing, outreach, we kind of experiment with some different things, and it's always a good idea to do that, just to kind of play with the tech a little bit and give it a shot. So you can use us as the guinea pigs if you want to pretend. Send it over to feedback at Dub. Um, in terms of the different styles of recording with Dub, a lot of the times, because Dub does a lot, it's really good to zero in on what you feel is the most effective way to record. So when I flip around here and share my screen and walk through our stuff that we do, that's an important thing to keep in mind as far as what kind of style of recording works best for what your goal is. And that's something we're going to hit on in a second. Also, too, if you haven't been to our Dub Support YouTube channel, it's a great spot to go. We have all of our live trainings are there, but also we have a lot of other videos there that are really good um, for learning. Our editing team will take a lot of the stuff that we do and cut it into shorter snippets and be able to do that and show that. So it's pretty amazing. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's get moving in on some stuff here. Okay, so again, here's the dub support on YouTube. So we get a lot of stuff in here. Just scroll through and check out the different titles of the videos that we have in there. In terms of strategy wise, for this stuff that's really important, you really want to figure out your hook first. This is something we talk about all the time because it's just probably the most important thing you can do. Because me saying what's your hook there, to get someone to want to click on your video, you got to have some kind of context, some kind of reason, some kind of value that they're going to be curious about to want to click on this thing. So I think that's the point that you've got to hammer home first is what's my hook? So what you want to do is use whatever AI you have, Chat, Grok, Gemini, Claude, whatever it is, within Dub. Use Auto right up here at the dashboard. Auto sits right up here at the top, right here. So you can use any one of these AIs and just get in there and say, look, here's my industry. Here's what I'm looking to do in terms of who I'm reaching out to, whether it's one person, group of people, whatever it is. Here's the value I want to convey to this person or group within the industry. And here's the action I want them to take when they're done getting my video message, whether it's booking a time in the calendar, checking out the site, downloading something, whatever that may be. Just give the AI a nice full picture of what you're looking to do. But what you need from the AI is you want the AI to give you hook versions. Give me some hooks. So say, give me a list of 20 to 30, 3 to 7 word, 3 to 6 word hooks that are going to work pretty good. The reason we say 3 to 6 words is because typically that's what's going to fit on the whiteboard that you see right here that I'll explain in a second, this thing. So, and you want it to be short and punchy. So 3 to 6 words fits on there, and 3 to 6 words is good for your email subject line up at the top. So when you have that hook figured out, it gives you the list of 20 to 30 of them. Go through it, see what you like, see which ones make sense, make the changes if you want to. Sometimes you have an idea. That's the cool thing about AI sometimes. It gives you some ideas, some starting points, and then you can kind of make it your own. So make the adjustments to the hooks or tell the AI to make the adjustments. And then when you feel comfortable that you have your 3 to 6 word hooks, that's when you can decide on, okay, what kind of video style do I want to record? Now, the styles that I'm going to show you are the different choices you have. So the first one right here is with the webcam. The webcam right here, I have webcam recording, Dubb mobile app on my phone, Dubb app, Dubbapp. It has a whiteboard feature where you can type, and that's what I'm typing right there. This kind of recording style is very straightforward. You can't get any more straightforward than holding a message up directly like this. And it's nice and simple. You're sitting right at your computer. Now, this is an animated preview. When you hit record with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is going to keep repeating in this loop that you see right here. You can change it inside the platform with a little slider to a different part of the video if you like it better visually. But to be efficient, when you hit record, first 3 seconds is going to be your repeating GIF right there. So that's where you want to have a little bit of movement to it. Move the phone a little bit, do a little point, a little smile, a little wave, just something like that. But you want to make sure the message is clearly seen so it can be read. Um, as far as this style, this works really good for introductions. You want to meet someone super basic. Hey, this is me sitting right here. You got their name right there. Say, hey, John, hey, Sally, whatever you want to say, if it's not a hook. You also can record something in terms of if it's just a basic update on something. Maybe you're updating your circle of influence on a fact, and that update can be the hook right there. So this is very easy to record. You can sit right in front of your webcam and deliver what you want to deliver. Now, you also can do this with this version. Down here at the bottom, there's an example of, sorry, not this one right here. This is an example of doing the webcam, but dropping a virtual background behind you. So if you're not holding up that whiteboard with the hook, you can do screenshots behind you that can give context and have a hook type feeling to the people that you're reaching out to. So when you have that screenshot, like Sarah's profile you see right here, she's going to immediately connect with that. Oh, cool, that's my profile. You could have a screenshot of a property in real estate. You could have a screenshot of an action someone took, maybe an insurance or mortgage. They filled out a form and you can take a screenshot of it. Maybe it's a screenshot of someone's website where you're reaching out to companies and saying, hey, something, you're pointing something out on their site. It could be a screenshot of an article that you want to share. So there's a lot of options to visually put behind you to give context and to give a hook. Now, you also can do a combination of both of these things. So I can drop a virtual background behind and I can hold up that whiteboard with that message, that hook, what I want to say. This is kind of a cool one to do because you're kind of doing two things at once here, which is pretty neat. So this visually would stand out a lot. Now, if I was in real estate, this is pretty cool because you got the property and then you can have the property address. Or you can have, something related to the property that's a fun fact about it. So just play with it, either a whiteboard by itself, virtual background by itself, or a combination of both of those things, and that will stand out really, really well. Now, you also can do screen recordings. So the screen recordings are important whenever you want to be visually on top of something and you want to walk someone through the experience. The Dubb Chrome extension is a great way to do this. Now, the Dubb Chrome extension, you're going to see this little button right up here at the top in the browser. When you Google Dubb Chrome extension, it's a 3-step process to pin it up here, and it can record anything within your browser. So anything browser based where you want to be in a bubble on top of something, walking someone through something, that's what you want to get. Now you're going to notice here, this is a market update. We can clearly see that. I'm right next to the title of the article, which is what you want. But I'm also adding that additional message inside there of saying there's a big change. Yeah, it's a market update, but there's been a big change. So whether you're reaching out on LinkedIn, that I'll show in a little bit, whether you're on top of anything within your browser, whatever industry you're in, and you're visually walking someone through something, add that additional hook when the video first begins, because that's going to get them to want to click on it even more. Now, you also have an option for a desktop app. So we have the Dubb desktop app. The Dubb desktop app is cool because it's not beholden to the browser. It's not trapped in the browser like the Chrome. It can go on top of anything. So whether it's a video, Canvas slide, deck, document, whatever it is, it gives you that freedom to go on top of whatever you want. It also has some other cool functionality. So you can really crop in on what's going on your web page. So notice this is a web page here, but I'm pushed in a little closer. So when I show you these back to back, you're going to be able to see the differences between the two. But the big difference is one's browser based, One is not browser-based. It can go on top of everything. Now, you also can do mobile apps. So if you want to do a mobile app recording, you can do the same stuff we did with the webcam. You can just do selfie style, take some screenshots on your phone of the stuff we talked about, put it behind you. You can add some text on the screen like you see right here, and you're able to do that same webcam type experience with the virtual and some text in the same way on the mobile. You're just not holding up a whiteboard. You just type the text on the screen just like you see it right here. You also can do just the hook, just like this. Or if you're going to introduce yourself to someone, this is a nice, easy video that you can record that does make a difference sending it to somebody. Now you also can do picture in picture. This is probably, I think, one of the coolest functions on the mobile app because you can show what's in front of you and you can be on the screen at the same time. So it uses both cameras on the phone and shows what's in front and you're there. For property walkthroughs in real estate, it's like tailor-made for it. It's perfect. If you're doing not real estate, but you're maybe at an expo or a conference or a big meeting and you kind of want to show the crowd and kind of narrate what's going on, this is pretty cool for that. Then you could, post it on social, or you could send it out as maybe like a newsletter update to your crowd. You also could do a testimonial with a client. If you're physically with a client, you could start recording with your phone, have them sit across from you, or use a little selfie stick, and then you could interview the person because you're up in the left hand corner, they're right in the middle, and you can do a quick little video testimonial interview that you could put on social media or send out to your group or have it as a playlist video. If you're selling locally to businesses, you can walk right outside of the business, take a quick video of you showing the business, talking about it, send it to the contact you have inside, and that's a cool little creative thing for someone to see. So there's a lot of neat options you have with these different recording styles. So it's really about just choosing the right ones that you want to do. Now, when someone gets these videos, it's about the experience. So they see your animated GIF, they're like, cool, they see the hook, great, I want to click on it. And when they do, it's about this experience that happens right in here. So you want to make sure that you have your logo right over here to the left, the video that you recorded right here in the middle, and then there's playlist videos that are going to play right after this thing. The videos that play right after are seamless. They run right into it as soon as it's done playing. The cool thing about these playlist videos is it provides, more information for the person or group watching it. And you also can record a video one time, basically your pitch video about you, what you do, why someone should go with you. Make it a minute, minute and a half, and boom, you're able to put it out there and it plays right after. The reason you want to record that pitch video that plays after just once and have it is because these videos, like we mentioned before, are all about the hook. That's what these things are. So secondarily, it's about you. It's more about that hook and value that you're trying to talk about with them. These videos right here should be short. I wouldn't go longer than a minute. Probably 30, 40 seconds is the sweet spot. And then if you have video testimonials, this is a good spot to have them in the playlist. Kind of completes the circle in the experience that you have. Below here, you have your call to action buttons. These are your CTAs. What would you like someone to do when they're done watching the content? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? That's probably the most, I would say, popular button in sales. But maybe you want them to visit your website. Maybe you want them to email you back. Maybe you want them to fill out a form. Maybe you want to link to an external form. Maybe you want them to download a document, a listing agreement, a contract, a guide. Maybe you want them to check out a case study. Maybe you want them to leave you a review. So you have those options down there. I wouldn't have a ton of buttons because you don't want to get the whole paralysis by analysis. But if you have multiples, I would go in order of importance from left to right. If you don't have video testimonials or you do have some, but you would like to get more, instead of meeting them in Zoom or anywhere else and having to edit it out, what you can do is use the reply with video button right down here at the bottom. So what you can do is record a nice video, have that button below it, and say, hey, this is Rob. Listen, thank you so much for using Dubb. I'd love to get a video testimonial from you. It'd be great to share with everybody. It's not complicated. You don't have to download anything. All you need to do is just click that reply with video button below and let me know, what have you thought about the platform? Then they send that video back to you. You get a separate notification inside of Dubb. You got a video reply. And then you add that video and you add it to your playlist right there. And that kind of completes the circle. That's the experience that you want people to have because when they land here, there's just so much useful stuff for them to watch and react to and do in terms of booking a time. Now, the last part of this page is right over here. This is your AI assistant, SIA, your Sales Interactive Assistant. And this is great to have on the page because when people land here, maybe they're thinking about taking an action though, but maybe they're not. So maybe they have real-time questions that they want to answer before they feel comfortable taking that next step over here. So over here to the right, you can have your FAQs. You can ask the AI in an individual question. And when the AI gives the response, it wants to keep things moving. It wants to keep the momentum going. So it's going to give the answer and then it's going to say, hey, are you ready to book a time? If that's what your call to action is. With me, it is, are you ready to book a time? It doesn't just want to give the answer and just wait. It wants to give the answer and keep things going forward. Kind of like a good script in a movie. You want to have the inciting actions that keep everything moving forward. In terms of the education of the AI, inside the Dubb platform, there is an area where you can do individual website pages that you can add in, and then Sia will learn physically what's in text on those pages. And then you can also upload a PDF. So you can do one or the other, or you can do both. And then the AI will become completely educated on what you're doing and be able to provide the answers that are needed. Now, these preset landing pages right here, you want to have individual preset landing pages for different parts of your audience. So if I was in, say, recruitment and I worked with employers and I worked with candidates, if I was in insurance and worked with different kinds of insurance clients, mortgage, coaching, consulting, finance, if I was in real estate, buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expires, residential, commercial, any of those different splits within your industry, you want to have a different preset landing page for those folks because that way it feels like you're speaking directly to them. Now, when you get on a paid plan with Dubb, one of the first things that the team does is they meet you in Zoom and they help you get everything set up, help you get your pages set up, your logos, your AI, all that good stuff. So you're ready to go right out of the gate. Um, the biggest thing here is when you have separate preset landing pages that speak directly to that part of the audience, it's a much better feeling than getting in a generic field with a generic message. Now, all of this is also tracked too. So with Dubb, you're going to know, did someone open the email? Did they click on any of the buttons? Did they interact with the AI? Did they watch the video? If they did, what's the watch percentage? So you're going to have all that info so you can really follow up in the best way possible because a lot of the times, you don't want to say, hey, I'm following up just to follow up. I'm following up because I know you watched that video, which is great. Thank you so much. I know you learned about this, but let me tell you a little bit about the part you might have missed if they didn't watch the whole thing. So there's a lot of options there to really have some nice specific messaging. Now, as far as recording the videos that I just showed you, these different styles, how would we do this? How would we record them with Dubb? So to do a webcam video, this one right here, here's how you do it. You get inside Dubb, inside your Dubb dashboard, and there's a giant red button up here at the top, create video, right over here. You select that button here, and that's going to open up your webcam that brings you here. Now, to get the whiteboard that I was holding up, that whiteboard message, that's the Dubb mobile app. So get the Dubb app on your phone. So it's Dubb. And when you do have it, here is going to be, where is it? Here we go. Here's the Dubb mobile app here. And then you're going to click this little square button right at the top. It's a little square with a person in the corner right there. When you select that, that is where you're going to type your message, your hook. So that's all you do is you just type your hook, type it, turn it. There you go. Someone was freaking out for a second. There you go, just like this. And then either bring it to the camera, lean back, move forward, have some of that movement to it. Now, to get the virtual background that you saw, all you do is go below, select virtual background, come down here. You can choose some stock stuff, but I would rather go with something specific. So if you click on your photos, this is where you can upload into this area all the stuff we talked about before, properties and real estate, articles, screenshots of an action someone took, websites, whatever it is, upload it in here. It creates a little library for you. And now you have these options to choose from that are right here. Just choose the one that you like the best and makes the most sense for, you're reaching out, right? That gives the most context. And then it puts it behind you just like this. Now, you're going to want to have a good ring light or natural light or a combination of both so you're lit well from the front. If you talk with your hands, which I do a lot, I usually do dinosaur T-Rex arms. I'm not going to go outside here. If I do, it gets a little soupy. It's okay, though. I'm not losing too many fingers. So you have that as an option. I would do that here. If you're going to bring in the whiteboard, I would hold it here. If you try to go out here, it gets a little messy. See how it disappears? So I would keep it right in here like that if you want to do a combination of that and that. Now, every recording style with Dubb has a teleprompter option. So if you want to use a teleprompter, all you have to do is have a script saved into the Dubb platform first. Here, when I'm on the webcam to access this, I just click above my head here, and now it says create new script at the top. I could click that button. It will take me inside the Dubb platform, and I can just copy and paste the script in there and save it. I can also scroll between scripts that I already have saved in the platform, or I can search for a script by name. There it is, just right here. Now, here's going to be your speed. This is what you're going to adjust up or down to see what you like. Make sure you hit the play button first, give it a read, see if you like it. Back to text off, resume it in. Now, the key thing with this is, well, number one is going to be your physical distance for your eye line. So I think about arm's distance away is pretty good. You're going to let the words flow up in your eye line at the top. And to make this be natural, give it a couple reads. Don't let the words surprise you. You want to have the proper inflection in terms of what you're trying to say. And it just takes a little bit of practice. This ends up being very efficient if you want to have exact wording with what you're doing. So just, again, it takes a little practice to do this. Now, if you're reading this out loud, right, for the first time, and you want to change some things, just click this little edit button right here, this pencil icon. Make the changes that you want, and then just click save. That happens a lot where sometimes we'll write a script, and then when you say it out loud, you're like, you know what, I want to make a change. Now to record here, here's how you do it. I'm going to hold up my hook. Here we go. I'm going to click the red record button right in the middle, get my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and here we go. Hey, this is Rob from Dubb. I wanted to send you this quick video here because Dubb is the automation contact management system where we create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button right here, stop the recording, stops the teleprompter. I can click the button again to resume. And if I want to delete this video, all I have to do is click the red X right here. It'll say, you sure you want to do this? Which is a great button. And if you want to save the video into Dubb, it's the blue check mark right here. And if you want to close the teleprompter, just tap this little button here and you closed it. So this is a very straightforward way to communicate. Message right here, virtual background behind, combination of both, and always remember to give a nice big smile when you're starting the video. All right, so to save this video here, I'm going to click the check mark because I want to save it. So I'm clicking this here, and when I click it here, it's going to take us inside the video, inside the Dubb platform to the video edit page. That's where I'm going to land. Anytime you save a video into Dubb, this is where it's going to be. Now, when you land in here, this is where you can do some fun stuff. Up here at the top, you can click the little pencil icon up here. You can change it internally to whatever name you'd like it to be. Just make sure you click the check mark when you're done. You can download the MP4 version of any video that you save into the platform. So you want to download the MP4 file, you can do that right here. If you want to preview what this video looks like on a preset landing page, just go over to the right, click that little square button with the arrow, opens up a different tab, and now you can check it out and say, oh yeah, there's my video, there's my playlist, there's my AI, there's my buttons, there's my logo. Everything looks great. Now, if you wanted to change that to a different preset landing page, you have the ability to do that with this little drop down right here. Notice it says Rob's preset with a green check mark. That means every time I record a video, I have a default preset that will always be attached to it. And that's what that is right there. Now, if I want to change it to a different preset landing page, like we talked about earlier, right? And I've already created them, I can just select one here or search for one. And when I select it, it changes everything about the background because it's a different preset landing page. And you can do that with one click. And if you want to upload this to your YouTube channel, you can upload it right here. Now, you also have a QR code. Every Dubb video has one. So if you want to do physical marketing, whether you're doing door hanger stuff, you're doing mail stack stuff, make a fun video. Hey, thanks for pulling me off the door handle here. Something fun like that. If you're at a live event and you have a booth, have a little placard up with a thing they can scan. If you're walking around meeting people at a conference, have a pre-recorded video that says, hey, it was great meeting you at the event. You can click below to stay in touch. If you're doing an open house in real estate, have one of these sitting on the counter. So when they scan it, hey, thanks for checking out the open house. If you want to see similar properties, check out the link below. So use cases for that. Now below here, you have an analytics tab on this page. This has an AI coach called Kyra right here. So if you click generate, it's going to give you feedback on the video you recorded. How's your delivery analysis? How's your content? How's your visuals? It can give you some immediate feedback. You also have activity right over here. This is what we mentioned earlier. So you can really drill down on what people did. Email opens, CTA clicks, percentage watches, all that good stuff. You can focus on right there. Now you also have an editing tab in Dubb. So if you click the editing tab here, Any video you can edit that you save into the platform. So I can play the video here back. I can drag my timeline if I want to, like this. So let's say I want to cut something out. I'm going to drag it or play it to my first cut point. Let's just say it is right there, right? Click the scissor icon, splits it in two. Drag it or play it to my second cut point. Scissor icon. Now I got three pieces. Whatever's highlighted in orange, that's going to be the one I can get rid of. Just tap the trash can and it's gone. And if I want to bring everything back, just click undo, 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 and you're right back to where you started. Now we recorded a video, we got it on a preset landing page. Now we just want to share it. So how do we simply share it? So over here in an email, just open up a compose, and this is where you're going to have some best practices. You always want to have the word video in your subject line. It is very important to have that. It's rare that you see that in email subject line, so definitely have it. It's the first thing that they read. And then you want to have your hook that we talked about in the beginning. Remember those hooks for the AI? Put them right there. And then you just want to have a little bit of text, and then you're going to drop the video in. So you can do it very simply like this. You can come right over here inside of Dubb. There's a big, big blue share and send button right over here. Just click that button there, drop the email into the person you're sending it to so you get that activity level tracking. You can add a little text at the top of the video if you want to. This is not a necessity, but if you want to type a little message as a banner at the top, you can click that here, copy for email, and then it's just a copy and paste. And you drop it in just like this. Now, if you want to use a shortcut, we have a shortcut available if you want to. So inside Gmail, you can see the little Dubb button down there at the bottom, right down there. In Outlook 365, it's off to the right in add-ins. The reason that little button is there is because we have the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder that we're going to look at in a second, right up here at the top in the browser. So when you have that, you have the shortcut. So when you select it, it's going to open up the Dubb Chrome extension that we're going to use in a second. But when it's opened up, you have the ability to scroll through your video library that I'm doing right now down to the bottom right. And this is where I can just find the video I want, click insert, pop it in, and you're able to send it. So you either can share it from individually inside the platform, drop it in here, or if you have Gmail or Outlook 365, you have that little shortcut if you want to use the shortcut. Now, in terms of a screen recording, something like this that we mentioned before, browser-based screen recordings, where you want to be in a bubble on top of anything within your browser, it is the Dubb Chrome extension. So we're going to use LinkedIn as an example, but this could be any site that you are on within your browser. And you're going to click the little Dubb button right up here at the top in the browser, and it's going to open up the Chrome extension. When it does open it up, you have some options here. So you want to figure out your size first. You can grab the edge here and just drag the edge like this. What kind of size do you want to be? You don't want to go too big because you don't want to cover what's on the screen. So I'm going to go about this size. Then you want to think about your placement. Where do I want to put myself? Where's a cool spot? Well, you know what? I'm going to go right next to Ruben, right here. What about my shape? I can change my shape here, rectangle, longer, shorter, square. I'm going to go circle. Ruben's in a circle. So try to just figure out aesthetically, what you're sharing within your browser, what kind of looks cool and what's a good spot to put yourself. And then inside here, you can just move yourself in a little tighter if you want to. You can back yourself up. You also have the ability to move yourself around inside here if you want to frame yourself a little different, which is pretty neat. You also can turn your camera off over here to the right. So if I click the camera, I can just do an audio walkthrough of this if I want to, if I don't want to be on camera. I also can use my headshot if I want to use my headshot. And if I am live and I do want to add a virtual background like we did before, you can add a virtual background right inside here if you want to do that. You also have the ability to use a annotation tool right here to the left. And you also have the ability to have a teleprompter. So if you click over here, you got a teleprompter again. Now this one's slightly different. So when you have this one here, this one is going to be here. Let me pick a better script. Let's see. Let's go Violet. So this one here, you can physically move around the screen like this, and you can also manipulate the sides like this. So in this case, I'm going to put it up towards the camera here at the top. And you also can control the speed. It's a scroll speed right here, and then back the text off or zoom it in. Now, the thing to remember about this, if you're going to use the teleprompter with the Chrome extension, you don't want to go full screen on your browser. If you go full screen, it's going to hide that teleprompter tab and you won't be able to physically get to it. So you want to leave a little bit of space. So when I hit record, I can just tap this, bring it forward, and I'm able to use it. Now you also have three orientations to record with the Chrome. So if I click on camera, which is all the way to the right, opens up like a webcam. If I click on tab over here, it's going to get just a nice clean cut of this page that I'm on. It won't show any of the tabs I have open at the top. It'll be just this page here. If I click screen over here, it's going to get my entire computer screen. I would only do that if I want to jump around to different tabs, maybe show some different stuff. But I typically use tab only when I'm doing this, just in general. Now, before I hit record, I'm going to bring in my hook right here, my additional message. So I'm going to hit record to the right, start recording. I'm going to choose my tab that I'm on. You can see it right there. And when I click share, now this is going to give me a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So it's going to be like this. It's going to go 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Listen, I wanted to send you this quick video because I did not know that you wrote a book called Click Record. I love click and record. So what I did was I did my little video. I had my animated GIF, right? The first 3 seconds. And then I decided to jump to full screen. Whenever you make these screen recordings, it's nice to be able to jump to full screen because it breaks the visuals and you're able to make a point to someone directly. So whenever you're doing these screen recordings, just think about it as an option. Jump at a full screen to make a point and then going back to the page. It works really cool visually. And all you have to do is just hover your mouse over your webcam, double click it. It brings you here. Double click it to go back to the page. And if you want to scroll around and move and talk and scroll and keep recording at the same time, you can do that, whatever you're most comfortable with. If you want to hit the pause button, hit the pause button right down here at the bottom. Stop the recording and then click resume to keep going. And if you want to use the annotations, you can use them right over here to the left. You can do text on the screen, you can do arrows, you can draw, you can circle, you can do all kinds of fun stuff to really make things very specific. So if you are thinking about reaching out on LinkedIn, this is a really great way to do it. If you're thinking about sharing a market update, anything within your browser that you want to visually walk someone through, this is an awesome way to do it. So just click the check mark when you're done, like we did before, right down here at the bottom, and that's going to save it right into the Dubb platform. And when it's saved in there, it's going to land on the video edit page just like we did before. Now, if I want to share this video that I've recorded, if I want to share it with Ruben, right? How would I do that? Well, on LinkedIn, you just want to make sure that you're a connection first. So get a first connection going, send a connection request. Most people connect. And when you do, just click message. And when you click message, we have a little Dubb button inside there that you can share the videos with. So when you send it to someone, they'll see that nice animated preview and they're able to experience that. Let me just refresh this here. It should show the button at the bottom. It might be because we're streaming that there's a little bit of latency here on this stuff. Let me see. So message. Okay, there we go. Okay, so down here at the bottom, see this little Dubb symbol down here? That's the shortcut, like we had in Gmail and Outlook 365. That is that right there. So when you click that, that's when the Chrome's going to open up and you're able to drop a video in and you're able to send it. So that's a big part of what you can do on LinkedIn, and then you're able to send it there. I'm going to stop sharing here for a second just because people out there in streaming land would go to dubb.com to check us out. I'm going to end the stream now just because we're getting major latency in here in terms of it really slowing some stuff down. So I appreciate everyone out there streaming and watching. Come to dubb.com, check us out. Go to dubb.com/support on YT, and then we'll have those on there for those recordings. But thanks for those folks out there. We're going to jump out now in terms of that. So let me just end this over here, and then folks in Zoom, we're going to stay where we're at. So let's end this right here. Hold on. Just because the latency is pretty strong. So I'm going to end these two things here. Okay. And then we're going to close this and then we're done. All right. So folks in Zoom. All right, let's continue. It's like, hey, let's continue now. All right, so let me show you the desktop app. So desktop app is not browser based. Chrome's browser based. So what you want to do is Google Dubb desktop app and you're going to download it for Mac or PC. When you do download it, if you're on a Mac, you just got to find it. If you have it closed, you just got to go to your applications here, and then you just open it up. There we go. So on a Mac, it'll typically be at the top. On a PC, you'll find it at the bottom. And then this is all the stuff the desktop app can do right in here. But I'm going to hit record screen just so you can see the difference between the two here. So when I click record screen, we're going to have some different options and similar options with Chrome. So let's start with the webcam. Webcam does all the same functionality you just saw with the Chrome, does all the same stuff you saw. The annotation tool does all the same annotations. Now, the teleprompter is a little bit different. So the teleprompter with the desktop app, you can physically move it like the Chrome, but when you find your script in here, the first option you're going to have is called auto track. So that's voice recognition. So if I hit record right now and I start reading the script, it's going to go at my pace. If I slow down, it's going to slow down. If I speed up, it's going to speed up. If you want to use the scroll speed instead and you don't want to use that, just click that button closed, and now you'll see I can scroll up and down with auto scroll to whatever speed I want. So it's a choice of auto scroll or auto track. For me, it just depends on the day. So I kind of like auto scroll better, but see which one you like. Now, as far as the recording, this is this down here. So see this red slash right here in this square right down here at the bottom? If I was going to hit record, I would get my entire computer screen, the whole thing, when that red slash is on. If I get rid of the red slash just by clicking on it, now I have a drop down of choices in terms of what I can choose for the borders of the recording. Notice it's on landscape right now. So see this blue rectangle? Whatever's within the blue rectangle will be part of the recording. And I can put it on top of anything I want to put it on top of. I can also switch it to custom, which means I can crop now around anything I would like to crop around, which I like a lot. You can get very specific in terms of what you want to show, which is pretty neat. You also can click down here and go to portrait. So if you want to do a social video right from your desktop, you can go right into this orientation right here and just put it on top of whatever you want to put it on top of. Now, lastly is the recording type. So to record, if I hit record right down here, I'll show you this right here. I'm going to hit record, get my 3, 2, 1, and now I'm recording. Okay, I can pause and resume down here, but the big difference is the check mark. So when I select the check mark, it's not going to save it into Dubb. What's going to happen is I've just recorded a clip. So the desktop app is a clip recorder. Now, what you can do with clip recording is you can drag and drop videos from your computer and just drop them in. If you have an MP4 file, drop it in here and make it part of the story. Now, what I just recorded here was a screen recording clip. So how do I keep going? I got the screen recording clip, but how do I keep doing more? So down in the bottom left, you have 3 creative choices to choose from. The one all the way to the left is record screen video. That's what I just did. So I'm going to hit that button there. It's going to bring me right back to where I was. I could have swapped out the background or the dock or anything behind me. I'm going to hit record. And now I'm recording in the same style that I just recorded that first clip in. I'm going to hit the check mark again. And there is that clip. And I can move these clips around in any order that I would like. I don't have to record chronologically. And if I tap the 3-dot menu of each clip, I can download or delete. Get rid of the ones I like, keep the ones get rid of the ones I don't like, keep the ones that I like. Now down to the bottom area, we have a webcam button down to the bottom. So if I select the webcam one, it's going to open up my webcam. And then I can record a clip here. Maybe this is the beginning of my video, could be the end, could be something specific I want to point out. But the point is, it visually looks different than the other ones. And again, I can move that wherever I want. The last option you have down to the bottom left is what's called Dubb Narrator. Dubb Narrator gives you the ability to take a pre-recorded video that you've already done, put it inside of a bubble, and then place it on anything you want to put it on top of. So if I was doing a market update, I could sit right in front of my webcam. I could record my views on the market, save that video into the Dubb library, and then I can pull up the website or the doc that's related to the market update, click the narrator button right down here. It takes me inside my video library. I find the video that I want. There it is. And now I just put it on top of whatever I have on the screen. I hit record, and the pre-recorded version of me is going to do all the work and all the talking, and all I have to do is just scroll around. So really, really is a neat way to do things in a two-step kind of way. Now, when I have all the clips here, I have my clips that I want. Now I'm just going to merge them together into one video, and I'm going to save it into the Dubb platform. So I can do that in 2 ways. I can click the upload button to the bottom right. That will merge it and save it into Dubb. Or I can click the edit button to the bottom right. That's going to merge everything together. And then I can even do a quick little edit right here before I even save it into the platform. And the edit here is just like the one I showed you earlier. And then you can download the MP4 if you want to. And then you can upload it right into the Dubb platform. So these different ways to record are really powerful in terms of the fact that with the desktop app, you can just move the clips around. It's pretty freeing. I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to use. Like if Chrome extension didn't exist, the desktop app pretty much does everything. Chrome's nice and quick, but desktop app gives you a little more function. Now, the mobile app, if you haven't played with the mobile app, this is a really cool thing to use. So, to record a video with the mobile app, here's some neat options that you have. Get the Dubb app, Dubbapp. Here's the home area right here. To record, tap the blue camera button at the bottom. That's going to open up your camera. Now, what opens up here, when you first use this app, it's going to be defaulted for a minute. I always slide mine over to 10. It will stay sticky. You can't go beyond 10 minutes on the mobile app. It's not going to cut you off. To record, tap the circle. Now you're recording. Timer, timer. If you want to pause and resume, we have a pause and resume button right over here. To end the video, tap the circle, and there's your clip. Just like we just did with the desktop app, clips. And this has been automatically downloaded to your phone, so you have it in your photo video area if you do need it. I'm going to tap the circle again, and we're going to record one more time. Timer, timer. Tap it again. And there is the second clip. So your clip recording. And I can physically move these. I can take my finger, hold one, slide it. So if I want to change the order, I can. And if I tap a clip individually, just tap the clip, you can delete, trim. And if I do select edit, this is where I can add music. We have a whole library of royalty-free music. If you want to add this in here for background music, you can do that. If you want to use the text icon to the right, this is where you can add this is where you can add the hook we talked about in the beginning. Remember I showed you where you have the hook? I spelled it wrong, HOK. But you get the point. You can do the text up here and just put it wherever you want to put it, different font, different color, whatever you'd like. You also can select the microphone icon to the right. This is where you can do a voiceover. So if you're ever recording something that's really loud, you just like, hey, I want to get the visuals and do the voiceover after, you can do it right there. You also can speed up the action of every clip. If you click the timer icon, then you can go all the way up to 10x if you want to do that. And you have a little icon down the bottom right. You can do burned in subtitles, burned into the clip, or you can burn it into the whole video at the end if you want to do that. Now, you also have the ability to have this. Let me show you this right here. Let me just reshare this. Okay. So when you're recording, what do these icons do that are right over here? What are the icons? What do they do? So if you tap the tooltip at the top, it's going to explain to you what these icons do. And then to get a countdown timer, which I think is a good idea, I would grab it right here. Just do 3 or 10 seconds. I always select three. Three, I think, is the perfect amount of time to get ready and start recording. You can do the longer one if you want to. Maybe if you got a wireless mic or something, and you kind of want the longer version, you can do that. Maybe you're walking up to the camera or something and you want to time it. But I think 3, 2, 1 is probably the best way to go. And if you want to video stabilize things, like if you're moving and it's too herky-jerky and you want it more stabilized, just go here to this button. This is video stabilization. Just select low, medium, or high, and it will smooth everything out for you. If you want to use a teleprompter, it's going to be this button right here. So when you select it here, you're going to scroll through and you're going to get your script. There it is. Here's the script. Here's your scroll speed. You're going to select. You can hit the play button, see if you like that speed. You can do some editing here if you'd like to with the pencil icon. If your eyes are not staying at the top where they should be and letting the words meet you at the top and you're looking for the words, either increase the speed or move everything up so it's closer to the camera. Now, if you want to do landscape, just turn your phone and the script will adjust that way if you're doing landscape or some kind of YouTube content. You also have the option to do voice recognition. So if you click this little gear icon here and you select auto track, you can hit the record button and it would look something like this. What if your most powerful growth tool was a story from one of your happy clients? So see how it highlights as I move? That's auto track. So you can click here and do auto track or click and do auto scroll with the speed. Tap the X, close it. Now, if you recorded a video outside of the Dubb mobile app and you have it on your phone and you want to make it part of the story, go to the folder button here, takes you to the photo video area in your phone, find the video. It says, hey, do you want to add it as a clip? Yes. And then just move it around wherever you want to move it to. If you want to record your screen, this button. If you want to use filters, this little button right here. You get all kinds of choices from here. Just kind of slide through and see what you like. If you want to use picture-in-picture that I showed in the beginning, it's that button right there. So this is going to record what's in front of you. And again, you can put yourself on the screen. You can move yourself around, make yourself bigger, smaller, zoom in. So pretty neat in terms of that. And then lastly, you have the screen virtual background down here at the bottom. Screenshot on the phone things that you like, click that button there, drops it behind, and you're able to record a clip like that. When you're done and you want to merge these clips together into that one video, hit that button to the top right. That's going to merge everything together. You're going to have a finished copy on your phone of that video. And you also, at this point, can now hit the upload button, the blue upload button, and that will save it into the Dubb platform, and then you're ready to go. Now, if you are using a CRM, let's say you got like a HubSpot or a Salesforce or a Go High Level, maybe you got a follow-up boss, maybe you're using a third-party sender like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact. We have a lot of integrations with these different companies. So if you go in here, you can see we have a pretty extensive list. So if you're using one of those and you just want to add video, feel free to just add video. So it's a cool little way you can do that. We have the integrations. If you want to use Dubb as a CRM, you absolutely can. You can go over to CRM, upload your contacts with a CSV file, task deals tags. You can do campaign sending, bulk email and SMS. You can do automation within Dubb. That's part of our Pro Plus plan. If you want to do automation and drip sequencing, you have the ability to do that. Now, if you do need help with some things, down here at the bottom, there's a little intercom bubble here. This is where you can chat with the team or chat with the AI. You also can do some keyword searching in here. It'll bring up an article with screenshots and videos in terms of the topic. If you want to ask Otto, right here in the middle of the dashboard, Otto can answer any questions about Dubb. Otto can also answer questions about strategy. Hey, I'm in recruiting. What are the best 5 videos to make for recruiting? And Otto will give you that. You can do script writing with Otto. You can do all of that right in here. Now, if you do need support, we have this. We just added this over here to the right. So this is Sophia. This is our AI phone coach over here. So if you call Sophia 24/7, you have questions about Dubb, she can answer most of them right over here. So if you have your experience, you can call, let us know what you think. But we just added that, and that's available for everybody in terms of wanting to get some help. I will say the last thing here, if you are not a Dubb partner, we have referrals right over here to the left. If you click referrals here, drops down, click apply now. That creates a referral link for you that you can share, and you get a 30% recurring commission on anyone that subscribes to Dubb. If they click on your link and they subscribe, we do a simple 30 and 10. So if you shared your link with me and I subscribed, you get a 30% recurring, and then I created my own link and I sent it to someone and they subscribed, you get another 10%. So 30 and 10. And just invite them in here to the training, dubb.com/T. If you're on a paid plan with Dubb and you get, 4 or 5 people, you got a free account. So it's pretty awesome. So if you want to do that. Okay, so let's see. Let me jump in here really quick and see what we got over here. Let's see. Mike, what's up, Mike? Let's see. The mobile app feature is not resizing text on my Android. There's no option I can find to resize it. That's weird. Okay, so let me do this, Mike. Mike, can you hear me okay? You can unmute yourself if you want to, Mike.
I sure can, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah, let me get this over to the team. Let me Slack drop this to them right now. That's bizarre. How long has that been going on for?
I noticed it about 3 weeks ago when I started using the whiteboard feature. It just isn't it'll make 2 lines and it's just super big. So there's no resize. I was trying to pinch and resize it, but it doesn't allow, and I can't find any adjustments for sizing.
Yeah, because we did an update where we were addressing those issues. So I wonder what's going on. All right, so I just messaged them on Slack, Mike. So they have that. So as soon as we know, I'll have them reach out by email.
I appreciate that. And then just real quick, I tried to get on the suggestions for additional updates and modifications. I think is that under construction right now, or is it an old link?
Where is
I've
it
been
at, Mike? Explain where you were again.
I have a bookmarked link here, Rob, where the forum where you can enter in product feature suggestions
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's right.
is that still being used? It's been a while since I've logged in, but I've been using Dubb for years, and you guys are just the
Yeah.
best. But um, I've got a few suggestions I was hoping to pass on to you guys.
Oh yeah, no, it should be. I think God, I think Ruben and I were in there like a couple it was a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. If you have the link now, if you want to throw it in the chat, if not, just email it to support so we can check it. Just like so what, just drop the link you try to get in so we can look at it.
Okay, thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate everything you do. And I
Yeah.
love the referral. I love the referral checks every month I get from referring people. So thank you guys.
Yeah, no, hey, thank you for sharing it. I mean, that's like I always tell everybody, I'm like, hey, if you're paying for Dubb, go share. And then it's free. So, pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Love this
Thanks, Mike.
platform.
Appreciate
Yep.
the kind words, my friend. Let's see. Anybody else have anything before we go? Anything on anybody's mind? Let me see in the chat. I think was there another question in here? Do. Yes, that's pretty cool. Yep, great. Jason, my friend, good to have you in here, my friend. It's been a while since I've heard your voice. How are you, Jason?
Hey Rob, doing fine, buddy.
How's everything?
Well, we're back online, maybe. So we're doing good.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You have one of my favorite logos. I love your logo. Our Thrive Hive. It's just
Appreciate it.
perfect. Yeah, it's got simple colors. It's like, yeah, it's really neat. I like it. I don't want to get stung, but I like it. You're gonna get stung if you're not part of the Thrive Hive.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's cool. Anything going on, Jason? Anything?
I love it. Just getting back in, getting started. I did have real quick. Where
Yeah.
is the affiliate portal? Is that separate? I didn't see an actual
Yeah.
link in there where a person can go and look.
Yeah, I'll show you. So when you're in here, let me show you. So you would go, let me actually go to mine. I'll show you in mine. Let me go inside of the kiosk here. I'll show you. Because I don't have mine on this one here, but I'll go to mine. Let's go. Do. All right, let's go users. Let's go Boston Bobby. All right, let's go in here. Okay, so right down here. Where is it? Right here. Actually, you know what's funny? It's right here. See on the left where it says referrals, right here,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
See the cogwheel right
Yep.
here. Click that, and that'll bring you into your portal in
Okay.
here, first promoter, and then you can find all your stuff and all that stuff in there.
All right. I knew it was there somewhere, but I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, we're always moving. We're kind of changing a lot of stuff. We're working on some cool things and everything, so we're always kind of moving some things around. We try to keep it as current as we can. So,
I noticed y'all made some updates. I love the training videos there under, where you click down and go in and you've just got the whole page full of training videos. And I love that feature.
yeah, it's neat. It's nice to have them all in one spot. Um, so we got some other cool stuff we're working on. We can't reveal it yet, but we will what's coming out soon.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
you can accidentally slide them over in the chat and we won't tell them that.
Mm. Hey,
No,
don't tell anybody. Yeah, yeah. Well, cool. Well, everybody, thanks for coming in, Jason. Good to chat with you as always. And
same here.
everybody,
Appreciate you.
yeah. Hey, support at dubb.com. You got questions? Feedback at Dubb if you want to send us a video for us to review. It's always fun to do. So, everybody, have a great rest of your Friday. Happy weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.